All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Rangoli, a queer and allied Diwali family celebration. We are distributed all over North America and are looking forward to bringing you an exciting and fun show today. I wanted to start by giving a brief kind of history and kind of idea of how we developed this program. One of the primary goals here is that we want to be able to show our queer Desi youth that they are not alone, that they have a huge supportive family of queer Desis and allies scattered all across the continent who are here to celebrate with them. One of the challenges that comes when we celebrate Diwali often as queer people is that for some of our families, we're still going through some of the challenges of acceptance of their children. It can be a holiday that brings up question marks, and it can be a holiday that brings up some amounts of stress, where youth are sometimes told that they may not be welcome at Diwali celebrations, or their significant other or partners may not be welcome at a family get together. Furthermore, they may be asked several questions about marital status or relationship status, and many a time these questions can make things kind of complicated, or people feel left out from celebrations. So one of our goals here today is to create that inclusive space where we can celebrate together, and we want to incorporate mainstream Indian organizations to show that we have support not only amongst the queer community but also the mainstream Desi community. To start out, for this program, I have to thank amazing sponsors. First of all, SoCal Knights Cricket Foundation based in Los Angeles, who has sponsored our program, as well as Marathi Vishwa of New Jersey, who has also sponsored our program. If you look on our ads, they in fact lit up their logo in rainbow colors to celebrate Diwali with us. Furthermore, I'd like to thank all of the team here that has come together from across the US and Canada to put this show together. We look forward to creating a very fun, interesting celebration for all of you. Please note that we have a question and answer box for attendees of the program. There you will get a program of events. You will get information on the participants who will be presenting, and you can also ask questions during the workshop. The final hour of this program is an interactive workshop sessions wherein you can watch the demonstrations by the various presenters and ask your questions. We will ask some of those questions to the presenters as we can fit those in. Furthermore, this performance will be recorded and will be available on YouTube in the upcoming weeks. Finally, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the organizations that are putting this together. This is a joint effort between QDASA, Queer Desis and Allies Seattle area, Kush Austin, which is an LGBTQ South Asian organization based in Austin, Texas. Furthermore, Desi Rainbow Parents and Allies, which is based in New Jersey, which is a group of parents and queer youth who provide support for families of LGBTQ individuals. And finally, we have India Association of Western Washington, which has been an ally organization for several years now and has been very active as a unique organization that is a mainstream Desi organization that is supporting LGBTQ programs, events, and causes. So we'll go ahead and get started here. I want to first thank all of you on behalf of Queer Desis and Allies Seattle area for joining us. We started pretty actively about a year and a half ago and have had several events here in Seattle. We provide events, get-togethers, counseling, video meetings, and all kinds of support tools to our members here in Seattle. One of our biggest goals is to be very visible in the mainstream community. So you'll notice our Facebook page, our meetup group, these are all public spaces where we are visible and available to queer members of our community. One of the challenges that we face is that queer members of the Desi community often have struggle to find resources and struggle to see faces like theirs. So one of our biggest missions is to be visible. And we're happy that this program allows us to be visible today to a large audience. From here, I'll go ahead and go over to Hussein Khan, who is from Kush Austin, and he'll tell us a little bit about his organization and how they're celebrating with us today. Hussein, if you want to turn on your video and audio, go ahead.
Hi everyone, I'm Hussein, he, him, and I'm the steering committee chair of Khush ATX, and we are a South Asian LGBTQ organization in Austin, Texas. Our goal has always been to create safe spaces and events for all queer South Asians, particularly those in Central Texas, and for the cities of Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio. So our beginnings were 8 years ago, and from then till now, we've united over 200 queer South Asians and allies. We've had some major public events in public venues, including Bollywood dance nights. We celebrated queer Holi, queer Diwali, Eid, Christmas, Halloween. We've marched for equality on the streets in front of the Capitol. We've marched in Austin Pride. And this year, due to the pandemic, we haven't been able to meet in person very much. So we've been doing a lot of Zoom meetings. And we've done so many Zoom meetings that it's getting to the point where we're like, when can we see each other? But we still have a really strong bond. We've had some virtual dance parties. We've had some great panel discussions on the election and relationships and lots of cool topics. Really hoping that we can see each other again very soon. But our goal has always been to continue creating a strong community for all South Asian LGBTQ people and allies. And what this event is doing for us is it's allowing us to see people all across the nation. I think that's super important given the times that we live in right now, is to connect all over the USA, all over the continent, even Canada or other places around the world. So this event has really helped us connect further out than we've ever done before. So super grateful, super excited to be here and connect with all these people. Let's see. And yeah, so that's all I really have. We're going to continue making an impact in our own community, and we want to connect with everyone else around the world too. So, and after me is Aruna Rao from Desi Rainbow Parents and Allies. Please welcome her.
Hello, everyone. Happy Diwali to everybody who is celebrating today. It's such a pleasure for me to be here today with all of you. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. I'm the parent of a queer and transgender child, and I'm the founder of Desi Rainbow Parents and Allies, which is a national US-based organization that promotes allyship in the South Asian diaspora, and it increases awareness about diverse sexual orientations and gender identities. So Desi Rainbow provides direct support to LGBTQ people and their parents and families, and it hosts educational events each month. All our support groups and events are hosted online, which is great considering this is a pandemic. And we welcome straight cisgender allies to all our educational events. Our membership, as I said, is national, and it represents South Asian Americans on the West and East Coast, as well as the Midwest and the South. I want to congratulate Dilip, Hussein, and all the Rangoli team and artists for putting together this wonderful event to celebrate. Straight cisgender people of my generation rarely interact without LGBTQ people at these kinds of community celebrations. So events like this are very, very important in building an intergenerational community, grandparents, parents, uncles, aunts, children, adult children. And so all of these people who are either LGBTQ themselves or are family members of LGBTQ people often experience silencing and shunning at community events. So it's very hard for us to participate openly with our children. So this kind of event is amazing. And again, congratulations to the team who put this on today. One of the things that I really am glad to see today is that so many allies are joining, straight cisgender allies are joining and showing up. And I wanted to speak a little bit about allyship, which people often say, I'm an ally to the LGBTQ community, but what does it really mean? And I wanted to point out that ally is not a noun, it's a verb. It's about taking action. So attending this event today, if you're an ally, is a wonderful first step. It means you're taking action to be an ally. And on the occasion of Deepavali, we light lamps to welcome knowledge and dispel ignorance. So I'd like to ask that all of you take action today as allies to support awareness and education over ignorance and bias, to take action to make our community spaces and our houses of worship safe spaces for LGBTQ children and adults, and to take action to support legislation for equal rights for LGBTQ people. So, and also, of course, I definitely ask you to take action to join Desi Rainbow in our efforts to support queer and transgender children and adults, and also their parents and family members. So I hope all of you enjoy this event today, and I wish all of you a very happy Deepavali. I would like to ask the next speaker after me to go. Lalita Uppala is the director of the India Association of Western Washington and a strong ally for the LGBTQ community.
Thank you, Aruna. Hello, everyone. I'm Lalita Uppala, the Executive Director for India Association of Western Washington, and so proud to be here. As allies of Desi Rainbow Parents and Allies, it's important for the India Association of Western Washington to join hands with our Desi LGBTQ communities. And by that, I mean shifting current norms, raising awareness on why integration matters across the intersectionalities. Hence, IAWW is very happy to celebrate Diwali with our Desi Rainbow Parents and Allies. Thank you all for having me here, and I'm so looking forward to this event. And I am supposed to introduce the next speaker, but Dilip, could you do that?
I will do that. Lalita Aunty, you actually were not on video. Do you want to go ahead and just say another couple of words, and then I'll go to the next speaker?
Sure, I will do that. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry I was not on video as usual. I'm technically not as savvy, but I was trying to make sure that my message was conveyed the way I felt. It was heartfelt about really wishing Desi Rainbow Parents and Allies success and a very happy Diwali here, and why it is so important for us to integrate as a community and to celebrate these joyous events together as allies and as members of the LGBTQ community. Thank you.
And Lalita Aunty, while you're here, I want to just take a moment to say thank you so much for the unique work that you have done in the Desi community. It's very rare to see a mainstream India association to put on shows that directly address LGBTQ, and I only know you and maybe a handful of a few others around the country who have really taken on this initiative. So thank you so much for the efforts that you are making, and it's making a huge difference. And we are so very glad that you're a part of our community. So thank you so much.
Absolutely, Dilip, always. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker we have is Aparna Chitnis Dandekar. She is a doctor and family practice physician specializing in allopathic medicine, osteopathic medicine, and Ayurvedic medicine. And she would like to share with us some of her excitement about this celebration that we're having as a joint event, and tell us some words of wisdom that she would like to share from a medical perspective. So Aparna, Dr. Chitnis Dandekar, if you would like to go ahead and turn on your video and audio, and you take it from here.
Hi everyone. Thank you, Dilip, again for doing all of this, and all of you for putting all of this together, and for inviting me again. My name is Aparna. Dilip already introduced me, and I practice here in an integrative setting at the Setter's Institute for Health and Healing in San Francisco. And so I'm just very honored that you invited me, Dilip, and I thank you for your incredible work. I've known Dilip since he was a baby, a few months old, and he's turned out to be such an amazing man. So I feel very honored to have seen your journey. I'm going to be very brief. I just wanted to say that Diwali is such a special time for us, and I think that it is a time like many other holidays, Christmas, Eid, all of these major holidays where as humans, as societies, we congregate and we get together and we celebrate. And usually the theme is always good over evil, but there's always an excuse to come together and celebrate with food and music and laughter. And I think what becomes hard sometimes for many people is to join into some of these festivities because for LGBTQ people, because they feel maybe shunned by their families, or they don't feel like they're welcome once they come out of the closet, or they don't feel like they can bring their significant other to these events because what will people say, what will society say? And so I think this is a time for us to, as a society, to understand that homosexuality or these different ways of experiencing sexuality are natural. They're not, from a medical perspective, I would say there's nothing pathological about it, right? It has always been, it's throughout the animal kingdom, humans, birds, mammals, you will find it. And it's time for us as a community to understand that and embrace it. And, some of us who are not familiar with this, it's okay to be curious, and it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to talk about these things, because otherwise, how will we break down barriers? So be involved, be an ally, but also educate yourself. And there's no shame in doing that. It's okay to try to reach out and understand your fellow man. So I just wanted to say that. And sadly, many decades ago, homosexuality was considered, or transgender, these were considered pathological states. You would find them in books. They were considered psychological disturbances, or they were considered choices that people made. And thank goodness, because of science, it is now known that this is not a choice you make. This is how you were born. And whether you believe in God or Darwin, creation or evolution, I feel when I look at life through both lenses, I feel it's perfect the way it is. And so I'm very happy to have been invited, Dilip, and I just want us to all remember to just engage and be loving and be open, and realize that life is beautiful, nature is beautiful, and all of this is part of it. So anyway, before I ramble on, Dilip, is there anything else?
That was great. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. And Aparna, you have been an amazing big sister and role model for me and many of my peers as we were growing up. And we all have fond memories of coming to your house for all the celebrations, Ram Navami, everything. So I look upon those fondly. And thank you so much for joining us here today. I know you got to get going, so thanks so much. All right.
Thank you, Dilip.
Happy Diwali to you and your family.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Bye. Next up, we have Vidyut Akluskar from Vancouver, British Columbia, who will be sharing a few words about her performance. We are going to go ahead and go into the performance phase of our program. Vidyut has a video prepared for us, so she will start by introducing herself, and then I will go ahead and play the video, and Vidyut will give some last statements. So from here, go ahead, Vidyut.
Hello everyone, Shubha Deepavali, Happy Diwali to everyone. I hope you can hear me right now. Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. The pamphlet program flyer introduces me very well, so I won't spend too much time there. I'm an author, I am a poet, and mainly I'm a parent of Muktak, who will be later on in this program, again through video because he could not be here. But I am happy to be here. I'm really proud to be a part of this celebration of all the variety that we see among us. And with every speaker that I have heard so far, I have been educated. I love to listen to all those mothers who have done such a great job being vocal and being active. I am not that active on this front, but I'm definitely going to be vocal today. So Dilip, please start the video. And later on, I will be here to answer any questions if you like. Thank you. काय होतंय? येत नाही का? Yes, they should be. Namaskar. I am honored to be a part of Rangoli, a queer and allied family Diwali celebration. I thank Dilip Nagarkar of Queer Desis and Allies of the Seattle area for including me in it as a supportive parent and a talkative elder. I will speak briefly about Diwali, a pan Indian all inclusive festival of lights and love. And I would like to urge all of you to include everyone in your family, be they gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, or queer, or questioning in your Diwali celebrations. Celebrations in my childhood were always inclusive, and that is how I think they should always be. No one should be barred, no one left behind. In my childhood, in the cosmopolitan camp area of Pune, India, I remember all my neighbors, even Parsis and Christians, Bohras and Ismailis, decorating the thresholds of their homes with lamps and rangoli for Diwali. The Parsis would use the metallic molds to draw their rangolis and decorated them with turmeric and kumkum. My mother would be sending the trays filled with her homemade delicacies to our Bohra and Parsi neighbors, and their sheer korma and kheer would come to us for Eid and Pateti. See, festivals were for togetherness. The very nature of Diwali, like Hinduism, is all inclusive. It is a festival of light, color, and relationships. It includes myths of all kinds of gods and goddesses, legends of heroes and heroines, and it spans over many, many castes and communities, regions, and religions. You all are aware of the numerous gods and goddesses such as Rama, Krishna, Lakshmi, Durga, Kali, Saraswati, Dhanvantari, and others like Yama and Yami associated with each day of Diwali. We can reinterpret these myths related to each day of Diwali to include the people among us who do not fit the heterosexual societal norms. So, for the Narak Chaturdashi day, when we celebrate either Rama's victory over Ravana or Krishna's killing the evil Narakasura, we should remember to destroy the evil of our own prejudices and destroy our harmful ignorance and include our queer family members and their friends or partners to celebrate with us. For the Lakshmi Pujan, when we worship the goddess of prosperity and beauty, we should remember to see the beauty of same sex relationships as the expression of the same human love and celebrate the fact that now the same sex couples also can enjoy the tax breaks and enjoy the favors of goddess Lakshmi along with the heterosexual couples. Bali Pratipada or Padwa, the third day of Diwali, celebrates the boundless generosity of King Bali, who never turned away from his celebrations anybody. The guest, whoever he may be, was always very welcome and could ask for anything. It also celebrates the victory of Vamana, the dwarf priest, Vishnu incarnate, over Bali in covering the entire universe in 3 steps. We can say that Vamana, the dwarf fellow, comes out here as the all-powerful divine figure of Trivikrama, and we witness the disclosure of his real identity and boundless nature. There is a lesson here for all of us, I think, of not to take for granted anybody, no matter how small, different, or insignificant he appears to you. Traditionally, this is a celebration of the married couples, while we can expand it to include the same-sex couples who also love each other. The fourth day of Diwali, which is Bhau Beej or Bhaiya Dooj is a celebration of the bond of siblings. We can celebrate it by including and honoring the siblings who may be different from us in their sexual orientation, but still our dear old brother or sister. Freedom from bondage or is another common theme associated with Diwali. Thus, the Jains celebrate it as the day on which their 24th Tirthankara Mahavir attained enlightenment and became free from the bondage of worldly desires. The Sikhs also celebrate it as the Bandi Chhod Divas to remember their sixth Guru Har Gobind's freedom from his imprisonment by the Mughal king and the Guru's coming to the Golden Temple in Amritsar. Thus, they illuminate the entire Golden Temple with lamp lights for Diwali. Let us also try to be free of the fetters of our own pride and prejudices and accept divinity in all its forms as it comes to us. The delicacies we enjoy on this occasion, if you remember, are also just as varied, just as inclusive. They include both sweets and savories, handcrafted and rolled, or filled, cut and cooked, or fried, or just roasted. They include diamond shapes or spirals, half moon shapes or full circles, like ladu, barfi, anarse, karanji, shankarpali, shev, chiuda, chakli, and kadboli. Friends, you see how inclusive the Diwali festival is. It is in every way. Our associations with it may differ, but cleansing of our homes and lighting of lamps to dispel darkness are common elements across boundaries. Let us then refresh not just our homes, but also clean our minds of all our prejudices and include all the LGBTQ members, those whom we have neglected or forgotten to honor. Let us really open our hearts and include each and every one of us in this rainbow festival of love and life. Let us really celebrate Diwali. Thank you.
So thank you, Vidyut Maushi, for giving such a great talk on a modern interpretation of the days of Diwali. I wanted to make sure to say here that Vidyut Maushi is very humble, but she's a very, very well-known Marathi writer and editor. And I think she speaks very well, as we all just saw. And now I want to give Vidyut Maushi a chance to, if you want to turn on your mic, I want to give you a chance to just share any last thoughts, and then we'll start with our formal music and dance portions of our performances. So go ahead, Maushi.
Thank you, Dilip. I don't have anything more to share right now. I am very much excited to watch all the performances, real performances coming after me. So without wasting even a minute, let's start the performances. Thank you, Dilip, and thank you, team.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Maushi. Next up, we have Sriram Kopikar, who is a singer here in the Seattle area, and he's going to be starting out with some Bollywood songs. So take it away, Sriram Kopikar.
Thank you, Dilip. Hello, everyone, and wish you all a very happy Diwali. I am Sriram Kopikar, and my pronouns are he, him, his. The first song that I'm presenting is a mashup of two very popular songs, both originally sung by KK. I really love this mashup, and I hope that you will like it too. तू ही मेरी शब है, सुबह है, तू ही दिन है मेरा, तू ही मेरा रब है, जहां है, तू ही मेरी दुनिया, तू वक्त मेरे लिए, मैं हूँ तेरा लम्हा, कैसे रहेगा भला होके तू मुझसे जुदा हो क्यों आजकल नींद का मुकाब ज्यादा है लगता खुदा का कोई नेक इरादा है चलता फकीरा दिल शहजादा है लगता खुदा का कोई नेक इरादा है क्या मुझे प्यार है या कैसा कुमार है या क्या मुझे प्यार है या कैसा कुमार है या ओ ओ la 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 hey 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 आँखों से पढ़ के तुझे दिल पे मैंने लिखा तू बन गया है मेरे जीने की एक वजह तेरी हंसी तेरी अदा औरों से है बिल्कुल जुदा ओ Thank you. My next song is a song from the 80s, which was repurposed again into a new movie, in a new movie called Shubhamangal Zyada Savadhan, which was a story about a gay couple and which absolutely blends with the theme we have today. So I think most of you have already guessed the song. Here goes. यार बिना चैन कहाँ रे यार बिना चैन कहाँ रे सोना नहीं चांदी नहीं यार को मिला अरे प्यार कर ले यार बिना चैन कहाँ रे यार बिना चैन कहाँ रे सोना नहीं चांदी नहीं यार को मिला अरे प्यार कर ले यार हमें पैसा नहीं प्यार चाहिए कोई मन चाहा दिलदार चाहिए हीरे हीरे मोतियों से यहाँ दिल ना सुने अपनों का ऐसा संसार चाहिए ये भी होगा थोड़ा इंतजार कर ले यार बिना चैन कहाँ दे प्यार बिना चैन कहाँ दे सोना नहीं चांदी नहीं यार तो मिला अरे प्यार कर ले सोना नहीं चांदी नहीं यार तो मिला अरे प्यार कर ले सोना नहीं चांदी नहीं यार तो मिला अरे प्यार कर ले अरे प्यार कर ले Thank you.
All right, thanks so much, Sriram, for that great combination of songs. I really enjoyed it. Next up, we have Gauri Agashe from here in Seattle. She is going to perform a Bharatnatyam piece and talk a little bit about it. So, Gauri Agashe, if you want to go ahead and start your camera and your audio, and we will get started. If you need a moment, that's completely fine. Go ahead and turn on your camera and audio when you're ready.
आणि व्हिडिओ आधी आणि हे पण व्हिडिओ पण आधी चालू करू व्हिडिओ का नाही स्टार्ट करत
Your audio is now on.
Dilip, audio is on and I can't start the video, so shall I just start talking?
Just a moment here. Ask okay. How about now?
Now I can do. You gave permission, I think. Yeah. Yeah. So, namaskar, dear friends. I'm very happy to celebrate this Diwali function with all of you together. When Dilip asked me if I can dance for this event, I really felt that I'm honored and I immediately said yes. In our Abhinay Darpanam dance theory book, different occasions are given when we perform dance. Drashtavye natya nrityecha parvakale visheshataha nrutyam tatra narendranam abhisheke mohotsave. So Diwali is a big festival indeed. And so it's very right occasion to perform dance. So I'm very happy. And Diwali first day is Naraka Chaturdashi. So as Vidyut Maushi has already talked about it, we know that Lord Krishna, he with his Sudarshan Chakra destroyed the evil demon Narakasur, who had captivated thousands of women. And he rescued them, and not only that, but he married to them to give them recognition in the society and respect in the society. So in that remembrance, we celebrate this day, and this is really our culture is originally, that we respect every human being and don't discriminate. To give you another example, when I see Konark Surya Mandir sculptures, I went some years ago, I saw different sculptures of different identities and orientation. So which shows that we really had very healthy outlook. And so let's continue to have that and respect everybody. And I hope that this bright light of Diwali lamps that will dispel our ignorance and enlighten our minds. And now let's come back to the dance portion. I'm going to present Krishna Kautukam or Kautam as it is said, which means item in praise of gods and goddesses. Here it is about Krishna. So this is very interesting composition in Bharatnatyam. We find different patakshara, that is syllables of Mridangam. For example, here you will find Tatari, Tari, Tachuno, Juno, Tatimi, Tashri, Krishna, Hare. And the lyric is woven into that. Now this lyric is based on the stotra by Adyaguru Shankaracharya. It praises Lord Krishna, the one who is ornament to Vraja, one who is son of Nanda, one who is loved by gopis, one who is adorned with kadamba flower earrings. We pray to Lord Krishna, and devotee says, whenever, wherever I sing the glory of Lord Krishna, he will bless me. So this is Krishna Kautukam. I think we are trying to play the video. If it doesn't work, I'll dance. Hey, Dilip, Rajesh is saying that first
you are now a co-host. You are a co-host, so you should be able to share screen now.
Yes, thank you.
मया सदैव गीयतां तथा कृत
Thank you so much, Gauri Maushi. That was an amazing performance. In the comments, you will see them lighting up with a lot of words of praise. If you just want to come on for a moment on video and audio, just to give a quick closing statement, and we'll go to the next participant.
It was my pleasure to perform, and it's nice to hear everybody today, and thank you to you and the whole team actually that you're putting it together very well organized, and I appreciate all your sincere efforts.
Thanks very much. All right. Next up, we have Vignesh, who is joining us from Dallas, Texas, and he is going to be sharing some poetry around LGBTQ. I'm going to go ahead and make him a co-host. And Vignesh, you should now have the ability to turn on your audio and video and share your video. So if you want to join us, go ahead and start now. If you need a moment to kind of get prepared, that is fine too.
Hello everyone, Namaste and Happy Diwali. My name is Vignesh Babaya and I'm here today to perform poetry. I'm going to be performing a total of 3 pieces, and for better quality audio and video purposes, I pre-recorded my performances. There'll also be a PDF document with the poems printed on it for you to follow or read along later time. The first piece is titled Ajar, referring to a person that is inside of a closet which is slightly open. This is my poetic way of saying that this person is navigating the difficult realms of belonging to the LGBTQIA community and also being a South Asian, while exploring their identity and trying to come out. So here goes the first one. You think you knew me all along? The things I'd say, the smiles I carve, the tears I've hidden, the joy I faked, and the excitement I killed. It was all for nothing. It was all for a notion of fitting in. Some for her, few for him, more for them, and none for me. I live on the inside, away from the clutches of your culture, muting my cries while drowning my dreams, never fluttering those feathers with wings, now wet and weak. For the lullabies are wasted, for the suffering in imagination, for the questions that lingered. There was always hope. To fight and undo this lie each day a little. To unwrap this gift and make it alive. To not shy away from roads not taken, to give myself some liberation. Let there be a rainbow after all. Let there be many big bright smiles for all the wasted tears. Thank you. The second piece is titled Allies and Allies. This is about two lovers from a time when their love was labeled a crime and called illegal. I also want to take this opportunity to thank all the activists and prominent people that has ever fought for the LGBTQIA rights, because my rights and privileges today are a direct result of their protests, and I'm extremely grateful for that. The things you would only say when walking in a silent alley. The numerous smiles your face carved with a still face on the streets. The hands you would only held at night in an empty road. Our journey was neither prideful nor perfect. Even when our love was forbidden, for me, all of this was a rebellion being born in its own discretion. Thank you. The third piece is titled They and Them. This is a transgender person's open letter to their mom. The reason this piece is titled They and Them is to give importance to pronouns. For a transgender or a gender binary non-conforming person, their pronouns are their identity, and someone's identity is everything. So please ask people's pronouns and give importance to them and address them accordingly. Also, fun fact, here's a picture of me as a kid dressed like a girl. Here goes the third piece. Mom, I was 5, young, and played with chalk. You put me in a frock, one that had frills. You dressed my hair with rubber bands and real flowers. Tiny bangles in my hands, silver anklets around my legs. You kissed, I smiled. They adored, and you approved. You also took a picture and put it in an album to cherish forever. Mom, I'm 25, now fully grown and strong. I've put myself in many gowns. I'm smiling, but I am very tired of all the frowns. You are crying. Dad's complaining, and they are discriminating. I click my own pictures only to hide them from you. There is no one to celebrate me except my cries. I was then a little boy, all your blood and bones. I am still your little precious, but now a wounded girl with all the gender shames and hate crimes. That was the end of my performance. This was my first ever time performing, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I want to thank each one of you that has supported me for the event, especially for the fundraiser. Your love is enormous. Your love and support is everything to me. Thank you for being a part of my journey and celebrating love. Thank you. The first piece is titled Ajad, referring to a person
Wonderful job, Vignesh. I think a lot of that poetry spoke to a lot of people. You had really worded it in a very deep and touching way. I enjoyed practicing with you, and I know that you want to share a few words, so please go ahead.
I hope you guys liked my poetry. This was my first ever time performing. I want to give a special thanks to all my close friends and well-wishers that supported me, because your acceptance made my life unimaginably better and has given me a dream that I once dreaded to have. Thank you so much.
And Vignesh, I just want to go ahead and say I've enjoyed watching your journey also along doing this project together and seeing how you've developed also not only your poetry skills are amazing, but also just watching you kind of develop this program all together. So fantastic work. I really enjoyed working together.
Sure.
Thanks again. Next up, we have Sonal, who is based in Chicago, and she will be doing some amazing stand-up comedy. So Sonal, go ahead and take it away.
Hello, happy Diwali, everyone. I am actually in Chicago bringing you outside autumn vibes. It is 70 degrees in Chicago. It is hot. The climate is hot. The planet is hot. You are all very hot. Everybody here, very, very hot. Look, I'm repping my pretty brown thing apparel. What a time to be alive and brown. This is truly, I wore this on election day with my little sister. She was wearing the same sweatshirt. You can get this at My Pride Apparel. Apparently it's Black owned. I'm not sure. I could have been hustled by some Russian bots. It's the internet, nobody knows. But I think that I'm supporting a Black business. And we were getting compliments, like all the Black and brown people were like, oh, I like your sweatshirt, I like your sweatshirt. And we were going, happy election day, happy election day. And we were very hopeful on Tuesday, and now it's only Sunday. And it's my favorite thing about this election time has been hearing people of my generation talking and being like, oh, I'm really excited about Kamala. And then hearing the uncles interrupt to be like, her name is Kamala. Her name is not Kamala. And you're like, okay, cool. I mean, that she's saying Kamala, ha, lekin naam to Kamala hai. Her name is Kamala Devi. And oh, thank you so much, whoever saw Code Switch. I hope you guys are watching Code Switch. Such great timing to release something. We filmed that 3 years ago. And then I didn't know that the director and creator and the writer was going to release like October 28th, the days before the election. Thank God we had something besides the election to talk about. And anyway, when we were talking about the election, all the uncles arguing about Kamala. Her name is Kamala. And we're like, okay, but now I understand why people call me Sonal, because her name is not Kamala. Her name is Kamala. I agree with the uncles. Okay, I am one of the yelling uncles. Her name is not Kamala. And now I have gotten 2 Megans and 1 Kelly emailing me, and that's like a whole name, right? Megan Kelly, maybe it's all the same person, but I've gotten 3 emails from people, have you guys too, of people being like, hey, Sonal, have I ever pronounced your name correctly? I was just wondering if I've ever pronounced your name correctly. And I'm like, no, you have not. Megan, not even once. Not even once. I have a pronunciation guide in my email signature. Sonal, like hormonal. It rhymes with an English word that you are very capable of saying. And now I understand, because she's been telling people that her name is Kamala. We must end this. It's Kamala Devi. And oh my God, can we please, like, we as Desis, we should be leaders. We should be world leaders as allies to the LGBTQ community, because hello, we are the gayest. Can we just accept this about ourselves? If it wasn't for the Gaysian scene and the Gacy scene, I don't know who else is in Chicago. Do you guys know the Tricone group? Please find them on Instagram. This is like the best dancing I have ever seen is Indian drag queens, okay? I know there's some pretty fierce uncles on this call and very fierce aunties. Big shout out to all the aunties who have reached out to me and told me that I did a good job in something in Code Switch. You don't know how much we need that as Indian creatives. You know what our options are. You can be a doctor, engineer, or a disappointment. And now you can also be the vice president and maybe the president. It's very exciting times. But the Gacy and the Gaysian community has honestly been, without you guys, I don't think people realize that they have so much movement and so much laughter and so much song in them and so much, just so much capacity to move the whole world with just one shoulder. No, it's like, and you see that one shoulder going, and then, I'm really excited for what's to come and to be able to wear things that say like pretty brown stuff. And hello, my mother, who I'm sure you guys have heard about, Veena Agarwal, she is like, she'll call me and she's like, have you ever kissed a girl? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, like kind of testing, because, for sure, my dad has said things like, hey, listen, if you are the gay, I am like the military. Don't ask, don't tell. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what movies you're watching, but cool. I'm going to take that as support. And then Ma will say things like, have you ever kissed a girl? And I'm like, yeah, just to test her, just test how she's going to react. And then she just pauses and she goes, I guess probably it's softer. That's progress, you guys. I mean, I don't know what that. Then she'll call me and she'll be like, I think I am gay for Martha. And I'm like, who's Martha? She's like, Martha Stewart. And she does get this like very romantic sound in her voice. And I'm like, Ma, what do you think that means? What do you even think that means? And she's like, she's just so stylish. The way she chops onions, I'm like, that. You are bi, Ma. You are for sure bi. If you can appreciate the sensuality with which Martha wields a knife. This is actually so funny because all I see is Diaz. And I'm so sorry. I'm so embarrassed that I can't change the stupid thing on the phone. But I can't see you guys. So I hope you guys are laughing and enjoying this, because I am extremely excited to be here. I'm so proud of this awesome I'm so proud of this awesome production, and I'm so proud that Diwali going to be like a national holiday now? Like, is Kamala going to start teaching people how to cook and make? Did you guys see this video? She made a video where she's like teaching some old white man how to make a tuna sandwich. What do these people eat? What is our government eating? They don't even know how to make tuna sandwiches. I almost said a bad word, but this is daytime, so maybe there are children here. So I want to see. Yeah, on Inauguration Day, can we all wear saris? I'm so super down. I mean, I probably will need to watch a YouTube video to put the sari on, unless somebody can come help me. That shit is hard. And all the men in this call, if you have never tried putting on a sari, you need to put on. Oh, good. You guys are rolling. Good. This is like yoga. This is good breath work. Now, whoa, who has dosa? What? I wasn't invited to the dosa, samosa, chai portion of the call, but dosa, samosa, sabrosa. I'm really excited about the future of #hashbrown, and I was at Morton Arboretum. This is the last thing that I'll share with you guys. And then, yes, this is good. I'm going to get outside after this. I was at the Morton Arboretum on Wednesday, and there was a fire on purpose. Have you guys ever been to an outdoor, like to a national park or something, and there's a fire on purpose? You're like, should we be freaking out right now? Like, should we be evacuating Morton Arboretum? There's a fire! Ah! And we're trying to call the visitor center, and there's nobody answering the visitor center, which of course supported my theory that yes, there was a fire and we need to get out of Morton Arboretum. And then we ran into this very, very cute old couple, and they were like, oh, there's actually a controlled burn, which is a fancy way for saying fire on purpose. There was a controlled burn today, and it's a very lucky day to be at the Arboretum. So you're very lucky to witness this. We used to work in the gift shop, and I was like, oh my God, these are real live human trolls. That's a joke, because there are trolls. There's a troll exhibit at the Morton Arboretum. And then right as they were walking away, they turned around and they were like, we hope Biden wins. I mean, basically we hope Trump loses. And for all the uncles that are upset that Trump lost, that interfaces, you Trump supporting uncles, shame on you. And that's it for me. Happy Diwali. Jai Ma, Hari Om. Love you guys. Thank you so much for involving me. Please watch Code Switch if you haven't yet. Thank you, Dilip. And I love you guys very, very much.
We all love you very much, Sonal. You are hilarious. Bye. All right. Next up, we have Bhushan Kare from Toronto, Ontario, who is going to do some Hindustani classical pieces. So if you are ready, Bhushan, go ahead and start your audio and video. And if you need... Hello?
Hello? There we go.
All right.
Thanks, Lily. I hope the light and sound, everything is okay. First of all, thank you so much. I'm really honored to be in the middle of you all, presenting my art. I've been learning for the past 5 years with Srimati Pradnya Jadhav, who's a disciple of Vidushi Arati Ankalika Tikekar. Today I'll be singing a Meera bhajan, and which is based on rag Bhinna Sharja, but it being a semi-classical piece, I'll veer into elements of rag Hemant, rag Bairagi, rag Purya Kalyan, Khem Kalyan, and let's see if anything else pops up. Without much ado, I'll just start. ओ जी हरी कित गए ओ जी हरी कित गए लगाए नेह लगाए मेरो मन हर दिनों ने लगाए मेरो मन हर दिनों रस भरी ठेर सुनाए रस भरी ठेर सुनाए ओ जी हरी ओ जी ओ जी ओ जी ओ जी हरी कित गए मेरे मन में ऐसी आए 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 मरु जहर विष खाए मरु जहर विष खाए मरु जहर विष खाए मरु जहर विष खाए ओ जी हरी ओ जी हरी कित गए छड़ी गए विश्वासघात छड़ी गए छड़ी गए विश्वासघात करी गए मेन किरण चढ़ाए करी गए मेन किरण चढ़ाए मीरा के प्रभु कब्र मिलोगे मीरा के प्रभु कब्र मिलोगे आ मीरा के प्रभु कब्र मिलोगे कब्र मिलोगे रहे मधुबूरी छाए रहे मधुबूरी छाए ओ जी हरी कित गए हलकाय मेरो मन हरलिनोने हलकाय मेरो मन हरलिनो रस भरी ठेर सुनाए रस भरी ठेर सुनाए ओ जी हरी ओ जी ओ जी ओ जी हरी कित Thank you everyone.
Thank you so much, Bhushan. The talent and the confidence was amazing. Great job. I've seen you on Facebook before and always am blown away. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Colin Mascarenhas from Chicago, Illinois, who will be doing Odissi dance. Colin, you can go ahead and turn your video and audio on. You should already be a co-host.
All right, thank you. Dilip, can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. You're all good to go. Take it from here.
All right, and I would like to share my screen. Yeah, all right. Hi, everyone. Wish you a very happy Diwali and hope you're enjoying this event. I'm Colin Mascarenhas from Chicago, and today I will be doing a small piece in Odissi, which is Ardhanarishwar. And let me give you a glimpse of Ardhanarishwar, and let me know once you're able to see the screen. So I'm sharing the picture of Ardhanarishwar, which is basically half man and half woman, or in many people also interpret it as Ardha, half, Nari is women, and Ishwar is God. So it basically symbolizes that in you exists both the human form as well as the divinity. And if you interpret it in the other way, it is both you have the so-called masculine and feminine qualities in you. And I think my interpretation of it is that within us, we have various qualities. You either define it as masculine or feminine. Give you just an example of me. I'm a dancer. And to most of the audience or people around the world, dance is basically considered a feminine quality. And then at the same time, I love motorcycles, which is considered as a masculine quality. But I have seen many boys dancing. I've seen many women also riding the motorcycle. So we can't consider, we cannot put them into boxes and say this is masculine, this is feminine. It's just what you love and what you basically are, and that's who you are. So looking at this image that I'm sharing, this is Shiva and Parvati in one form as one individual. And you see one side of it is Parvati, who is basically, her color is like the champier flower, whose hair is braided with ornaments, who has beautiful anklets and bracelets. And on the other side, you have Shiva, who is smeared with ashes, who's basically having serpents around his hands as his ornaments. And he has a necklace of skull. So it basically represents all the qualities within you. And if you sometimes think about yourself, you have all these qualities within you, and that's just you. So enjoy today's show and have fun. All right. So can you see the video?
I think so. Yes, I think it's moving now. Yep.
All right.
Colin, I think we lost the audio on the video sharing.
Oh, now?
There we go.
Can you hear now?
Yes, perfect. Thank you so much, Colin. Awesome work as usual. Colin has been an amazing role model for many. Colin, if you want to turn on your video and audio for just a moment, you know, he's been just recently he did an interview. Him and his husband Andrew did an interview for us with Qdasa and Desi Rainbow Parents, and they talked all about their journey of coming together as a same-sex couple, and just very approachable, very friendly, and such an amazing asset to have to the community. So thank you so much, Colin, for not only being such a great asset, but also being so talented and sharing that with us. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Dilip. Thank you for everything that you are doing. Yeah.
And happy Diwali to both of you.
Happy Diwali, yeah.
All right, next up we have Amit from Detroit, who's going to be singing some Bollywood numbers for us, and a really cool mashup. So Amit, go ahead and take it from here.
Thanks, Dilip. Hi, everyone. My name is Amit Patankar. I'm going to, where is it? I took some notes so that I don't mess up with lyrics. So I'm self-taught musician. I've learned by ear, and I do concerts for like hour long or something. But then for today, I've tried to compress the performance within 7 to 8 minutes. I'm starting with some really old songs from my grandmother's time. I miss her. I missed her this year recently. So yeah, without much ado, and also I'm so honored to be part of this line of performers and to do my bit for the LGBTQ community. So here I go. तू प्यार का सागर है, तू प्यार का सागर है, तेरी एक बूंद के प्यासे हम लौटा जो दिया तूने, चले जाएंगे जहां से हम, तू प्यार का सागर है। जलते हैं जिसके लिए तेरी आँखों के दिए, ढूंढ लाया हूँ वही गीत मैं तेरे लिए, जलते हैं जिसके लिए। एक प्यार का नगमा है, मौजों की रवानी है, जिंदगी और कुछ भी नहीं, तेरी मेरी कहानी है। एक प्यार का नगमा है, मौजों की रवानी है। सुरीली अखियों वाले, सुना है तेरी अखियों से, सुरीली अखियों वाले, सुना है तेरी अखियों से, बहती है नींदें और नींदों में सपने, कभी तो किनारे पे उतर मेरे सपनों से, आ जा ज़मीं पे और मिल जा कहीं पे, मिल जा कहीं, हो मिल जा कहीं समय से परे, तू भी अखियों से कभी मेरी अखियों की सुन, सुरीली अखियों वाले, सुना है तेरी अखियों से। थैंक यू। रोम रोम तेरा नाम पुकारे, एक हुए दिन रैन हमारे, एक हुए दिन रैन हमारे, हमसे हम ही छिन गए, जब देखे हैं नैन तिहारे, तेरी कारी अखियों से जिंद मेरी जागे, धड़कनों से तेज दौड़ूं सपनों से आगे, अब जहाँ लुट जाए ये जहाँ छूट जाए संग, यार रहे मैं रहूं ना रहूं सजदा, तेरा सजदा करूं मैं तेरा सजदा, दिन रैन करूं दिन चैन करूं तेरा सजदा। वो रंग भी क्या रंग है मिलता ना जो तेरे होठ के रंग से हूबहू, वो खुशबू क्या खुशबू ठहरे ना जो तेरी सावली जुल्फ पे रूबरू, तेरे आगे ये दुनिया है फीकी सी, मेरे बिन तू ना होगी किसी की भी, अब ये जाहिर सरेआम है ऐलान है, जब तक जहां में मेरा नाम है तब तक मेरे नाम तू, जब तक जहां में मेरा नाम है तब तक मेरे नाम तू, जब तक जहां में मेरा नाम है तब तक मेरे नाम तू, जब तक जहां में मेरा नाम है तब तक मेरे नाम तू। जीव रंगला गुंगला दंगला सा पिरमाची आस तू, जीव लागला लाभला श्वास ह्यो तुझा गहिवरला श्वास तू, बैल तिला नेशिल साध मला देशील काळीज माझ तू, कुळ काळीज हे माझ तुला देल मी आंधण, तुझ्या पायाव मागेन माझ्या जन्माचं गोंधळ, जीव रंगला गुंगला दंगला सा पिरमाची आस तू, श्वास तू. Thank you so much. Happy Diwali, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amit. Amit has been an amazing friend for quite some time now. When I had first done a BMM project on LGBTQ, it happened to be in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And there was a one-man show where I was trying to put together a large talk at a 3,000 people convention that I honestly found myself on a platform all of a sudden. I really didn't think I'd get an opportunity. So man was I struggling to like put this all together, and out of thin air drops Amit Patankar, who is like, Dilip, I will help you. And he helped me put all this media together. He supported me through the event. And then I was like, suddenly now I have a friend in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Who knew? And then later on, I was then further amazed to know he's an amazing singer. So thank you so much, Amit, for celebrating Diwali with us. And thanks
Thank you so much.
Awesome friend.
Thank you. Thanks, Dilip. Thank you so much. You're doing amazing. Thank you so much. It's very humbling to be part of this amazing show. I'm so humbled. Thank you so much for including me.
Absolutely. Thanks, Amit. And next up, we have Pallavi Rudraraju, who will be performing a Bharatanatyam fusion dance. So, Amit, if you want to turn off your audio and video, and then no worries, need a moment there. Pallavi, so they are performing a Bharatanatyam fusion piece, and go ahead and take it away, Pallavi.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for having me perform, Dilip. It's really great to see you all. Happy Deepavali. I have some notes on my phone, sorry if I'm looking down for a moment. But hi, my name is Pallavi Rudraraju. I use they, them pronouns. I'm Virginia born and raised, and so hello from the East Coast, specifically DC, like soon to be home of Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. I am a classical dancer of Bharatanatyam since age 5 for the last 20 years. Dance has connected me to my culture during the lowest points in my life when I had been bullied for my appearance, especially my skin tone and culture that my white peers thought was fair game to ridicule. In college, I founded and captained a classical fusion dance team called Hasya, which pulled me out of depression and anxiety. The piece that I'm sharing with you today is choreography that I created in our first year with the theme of cultural pride. It is meant to be a blend of traditional Bharatanatyam dance with diasporic influences and is a celebration of our dual and liminal identities. This performance today goes out to our queer South Asian youth, our Blasian youth, and especially our trans and non-binary young people. You are valid, your identities are valid, and no one can take that away from you. So with that, I'm gonna share my screen. If there are any issues, feel free to message me in the chat. Oh, I actually don't have the capability to screen share, Dilip, if you can change that.
Yes, I think you should be a co-host now.
Okay.
All set?
Yes, it's working now.
Okay, ladies, now let's get information. Okay, ladies, now let's get information. Come in.
Siri, what is 1/trillionth to the 10th power?
The answer is 0.
So thank you so much for watching, and sorry, pulling up my notes again. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the performance. I'm sending you all love, and please stay safe in the next few months. Take time to celebrate, and also remember that the fight doesn't stop here. Love each other and support each other. And happy Diwali.
And I just wanted to say, Pallavi, thank you so much. If you want to turn your video and audio, I just wanted to say that Pallavi has been an amazing teacher for me. I am still learning pronouns, and they have been awesome and patient. And I just want to say that I feel so lucky to get to connect with you over this program, not only to get to appreciate the amazing work you do in the arts field, but also learn from you. And thank you so much for teaching me and your patience, and it's been a pleasure. So thanks so much, and happy Diwali to you.
Thank you, likewise.
And next we're gonna have a 10-minute intermission. In that, we'll be playing a slideshow of different events that Qdasa and Kush Austin have done in their respective areas. Also, we'll be sharing an endorsement that we actually got from an actress in India who had found out about our project here and was wanting people to come. And then we'll also transition then into a set of workshops. So we'll start about 10 minutes intermission here. We'll come back at 1 o'clock for the workshops. In the meantime, you can enjoy the slideshows and stay tuned. All right, Hussein, do you want to start sharing your screen?
Hey, hi, yes, can you give me co-host?
Yep. Hussein, I think you may have froze. There we go. All right, we'll see everyone start at 1. All right.
पीछे बरसात आई, बरसात आई। अंधेरा तेरा मैंने ले लिया, मेरा दिल सितारा तेरा बन गया। तेरे यार बखेरे मेरा तू ही है बस यारा, तेरे यार बखेरे मेरा तू ही है बस यारा। एक पल विच सवार करां, तू जावे जे मैनू छड्ड के। गाना है on repeat देखो बजती
Hi, I'm Nivedita Saraf. I'm working in Indian films, television, and theatre industry. I came across this amazing idea of queer and allied Diwali program. Whoever thought about it, hats off to that person. Unfortunately, sometimes people from LGBTQ community Hi, I'm Nivedita Saraf. I'm working in Indian films, television, and theatre industry. I came across this amazing idea of queer and allied Diwali program. Whoever thought about it, hats off to that person. Unfortunately, sometimes people from LGBTQ community are not accepted by their parents or not accepted with their significant other or with their partner. And Diwali is about family. It's about being together, for being there for each other. By doing this program, people from LGBTQ community won't feel left out. They won't feel alone. That's the reason I support this wholeheartedly. I request you all, please attend this program. So the people from LGBTQ community should know that they're loved, they're not alone, we are there for them. Big thank you to Queer, Desi and Allies Seattle area, Desi Rainbow Parents and Allies, Kush Austin and all the amazing performers and presenters for putting this amazing program together. All the best.
All right, so it sounds like we might have had a little bit of technical difficulty in playing the promo dance video we had. It sounds like people did see the video, the endorsement we got from Nivedita Saraf, which was very exciting, and we're so thankful to have received that. I think what we'll go ahead and do is that we can share that dance video link in the comment box, and people can watch that if they like there. And yes, as some people have told me that they wanted to see me dance while I'm not dancing this performance, I'm present in that video. So if you want to see me make a fool of myself, please go visit there. Next, we will transition into the workshop portion of the program here. I think one of my goals was that when we have this Diwali get together, we want to have things that we can learn and some activities we can do and something that we can take with us new moving forward. So we're going to start actually with some pranayam exercises that Mr. Madhu Sheth is going to share with us. He is a yoga instructor and wanted to share techniques for calm and peace, especially given the pandemic that we're in. So I want to go ahead and ask Madhu Uncle if he can turn on his video and audio, and then he will go ahead and start our workshop.
Namaste, happy Diwali to all. Thank you, Dilip and Aruna, for inviting me to this event, and I'm honored to be part of this event. Like Dilip explained, the reason they asked me to share the introduction to pranayam is because we may get anxiety for various reasons. And COVID-19 has given that anxiety because we cannot have our normal life. So since March, I have offered a daily pranayam and meditation practice to all my friends who are across the country. And I have observed that some of them have become more calmer, more relaxed, and they see some decrease in their blood pressure. I cannot claim the benefits of this pranayam practice, but this is basically what the literature and Patanjali Yoga Sutra claims or explains what it does. So my few minutes here today is to give some basic introduction on pranayam practices. What is the foundation of the pranayam? And I'll start with some basic key points. Prana literally, in my thinking, means cosmic energy. And we all talk about breathing in our day-to-day language. So it is the energy of a life. And what does ayama mean? Pranayam. So two different words, right? Prana and ayam. That means simply say manage and guide mind for actions and reactions of the thought. So basically you are training your mind, observing your physical nature or emotional nature, and decide how to react and how to manage so you feel more comfortable and calmer. So that's what pranayam is all about. And these practices are based on Patanjali Yoga Sutra. This is about ancient practice, thousands of years old from India. And there are about 200 Sanskrit, one line, you can call sutras or sentences. But of all the sentences, my attention goes to two fundamental sentences. One says, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Train your mind to manage mental triggers and reactions to it. That's what I translate simply. The second one is, before you do pranayam or meditation, he describes another one-liner, Sthira Sukham Asanam. So basically it says, before you practice pranayam or meditation, what is the asana or posture that you should maintain throughout the practice? And that is called Sthira Sukham Asanam, or in English, I translate it easy pose. So without going into a lot more details, because there are 8 steps to Patanjali Yoga Sutra practice. They are known as Ashtanga Yoga. And out of those 8 steps, yama, niyama, then asana, and then the remaining is pranayam, pratyahar, sense withdrawal, and concentration. So I will give some introduction today about sthira sukham, easy pose, and some of the techniques of pranayam. But before we start pranayam, there is a foundation, a prerequisite. How do I prepare for pranayam? So first is the posture. So all who are beginners, please follow me. As you notice, if you're sitting on a chair, sit with your spine erect, neck aligned with your spine, shoulder down, chest pulled out, ears aligned with your shoulder, palm facing down on your knees. Now, in this posture, make sure you are comfortable from toe to forehead and there is no tension anywhere in your body. That is what Sthir Sukham Asanam. I'm steady, comfortable, and very easy in beginning my practice. Now, second requirement or prerequisites are awareness, observation, and mindfulness. We all breathe. Everyone breathes every moment. But the importance here by Patanjali is you have to observe. Now, what do I observe or how do I observe? I give you a simple technique. So you follow me. Place your right palm on your belly, left palm on your chest, and close your eyes. And as you're breathing normally, observe the movement of your belly, movement of your rib cage, and also there's a diaphragm between rib cage and a belly. So you will notice as you inhale, your belly will go up and rib cage expands. As you exhale, belly will go inward towards your spine and rib cage will contract. So let's do together for about one round of breathing. So let's start and observe. You might have also noticed by touching your palm on your belly that you might realize that you are also observing, heart rate. You might feel that, how your heart rate is going up and down. Is it fast, slow, and also you can realize is breathing shallow, deep, jerky, so various kinds of observations you have to do. So with that kind of introductions and observation guidelines, now let's move towards what are the basic techniques that help us keep our mind calm, quiet, and we can manage, reactions to our thought. And so I will introduce only 3 simple techniques. The first one is called 3-part deep breathing. Second one is alternate nostril breathing. And third one is bumblebee breathing. Now, what we will do, we'll make it more interactive. So you, all the participants, in your easy pose, first time I will give you guidelines and demonstrate what I'm doing, which you will not be able to see because there is no full screen here. But with my guidelines, you will see what I do for 3-part deep breathing. First, I close my eyes, I take a deep breath, and while I'm taking deep breath, I will count in my mind, 1, 2, 3, 4. As long as you are inhaling, keep counting. So your count may differ. Someone may count up to 7, someone may count up to 10, 20, whatever that number is. That's what deep breathing means. If your count is only 4, try to increase to 6, try to increase to 8. That's what deep breathing means. Why we want to breathe deep? Because we want to make sure the amount of oxygen we take goes way deep into all parts of the lungs and energy gets absorbed into our system. So that's why it is called deep breathing. Now, so after inhale, the second part, you hold your breath for second or 2 if you are able to, before you start exhalation. And then you begin exhalation. Again, during exhalation, you should count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In practice, it's good idea if your exhale count is longer than inhale count, because you want to release all the toxins that body has produced out of your system. So with that explanation, we'll do about 5 times inhale, hold, exhale cycle. And I'll tell you, I'll count so you know. Okay, so let's begin the first cycle. Let's begin with inhalation. Hold if you can. Now exhale, slowly and smooth. So this is one cycle. Typically, it is said that on an average, we have 15 inhale exhale cycle in 1 minute. With deep breathing practice, if you can lower it down to 4 cycles a minute, then really that is what you are aiming for, to becoming more calm and quiet. So let's try 4 more times. Inhale, exhale, hold and exhale. So let's do, and I'll tell you, begin. Now let's begin the next cycle. And last time, begin, inhale, hold and exhale. And while you're doing this, also observe how you feel, pulse rate, and also have, sensations or any feelings or any thoughts. All right, everyone can open their eyes. Now I will explain the second technique, which is known as alternate nostril breathing. In Sanskrit, they call Anulom Vilom. This technique requires some kind of a hand practice. So keep your palms open, fold 3 fingers like this. Your thumb and your pinky are extended out. For this practice, if you have eyeglasses, you may take it out because you're going to touch your nostril alternately. Now, I will demonstrate first. When I say alternate nostril, what I'll do with my thumb, I will touch very gently right nostril above the rounded portion of your nose, and I will exhale slowly and as long as I can and count on my left nostril. Once I done exhaling, I will inhale from the same nostril, which is left, half the number of times. If my count was 8, I will inhale for 4 count. Then I close my left nostril with my pinky, open my right nostril, then I exhale from my right nostril, again count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever that number is. Then again I inhale half the count and close. And then I keep doing, so that is one cycle. And we will do that few cycles and we will practice together. So let me demonstrate once, okay? I'll keep my eye closed and I'll do one cycle, then we'll all join together. So let's start. Now I open my right, exhaling from right, inhaling from right, closing right, opening left, and we'll do the same, exhale. So if you're comfortable now, please join me and we'll do it about 3 times. Close your eyes in easy pose Get your hands ready. Touch your right thumbs on a right nostril. Gently close it. Open your left nostril. Exhale, count. Let's begin. Inhale, count half the time. Close left nostril, open your right nostril, exhale. Inhale in your right nostril, half the count. Close your right nostril. We'll do second round. Open your left nostril, exhale. Inhale your left nostril, close. Open your right nostril, exhale. Inhale right nostril, close. The last time, exhale left nostril. Inhale, half the count in left nostril. Close left nostril. Open right nostril. After exhaling, inhale again in right, half the count. Close your right nostril. Open left. Exhale. Now you can open your eyes. Easy pose, palm facing down on your knees. So that's alternate nostril breathing. Now, the next exercise is bumblebee or Brahmari breathing. In this exercise, you are listening to your own sound by closing your ears, eyes, and lips. Generally, the real technique also closes your nostril, but I will show you much simple technique. Keep your arms up. Make, palms like this. They're cupped. Cover your ears. Close your eyes and lips. And take a deep breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, I'll make humming sounds. So this is a demonstration. Then you will join me for 3 rounds of this. So with this demonstration, I hope now you know how to do it. So let's begin. We'll do 3 times. Keep your palms ready. Close your ears. Close your eyes. You are in easy pose. Inhale, deep breath. And as you exhale, we'll make humming sound. Let's begin. Inhale again, deep breath. Last time, you can inhale, deep breath. You can open your eyes what we'll do before we end this workshop, we'll do 1 minute of silence and we'll observe our breathing pattern and see how we feel. So let's begin. 1 minute of silence. Close your eyes, easy pose, palm facing down on your knees, and observe 1 minute of silence. You can open your eyes. We'll end our practice, introduction practice, with 1 round of Om. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and say Om. Om. Thank you and namaste. Dilip, I'm done.
Madhu Uncle, thank you so much for sharing with us. You know, this is a practice that it's hard for us to necessarily get good teachers and find someone that we can relate to. I think one of the most special parts of, you know, working with you and getting to know you is that, you know, your journey with your daughter. And if you want to share on that a little bit, I think that would be, I think a lot of people would love to know that.
Sure, Dilip. I can, you know, briefly summarize.
Yeah.
My name is Madhu Sheth. My pronouns are he and him. I'm a cis male and parent of 38 years old trans daughter. Both our daughters are adopted from India, and we have very special bond. But the journey has been long and challenging. As many of you might know, the key reason is, you know, acceptance. Acceptance, acceptance, acceptance. As parent, we love our daughter and we have that strong bond. Yet, because of the transition they go through and many challenges she has gone through, because of all the treatments and everything else in her own life, she has to go challenges daily. Of course, there are tensions in our relationship. And over all these 30 plus years of our relationship, I can tell you that 4 or 5 years we have been estranged. There was no communications at all. But we understand and we have faith and we have trust in ourselves and also in our daughter, in our relationship. So again, you know, we have normal relationship and we're happy and journey continues. And we have challenges to deal with on a different front. Our daughter is also a performing artist in theater world. So that's another dimension. Life is tough under COVID-19, you know, and all those challenges are together. We are just living, you know, different. She's in New York, we are in New Jersey. But, you know, we maintain our relationship with the digital media. So hope, you know, all parents, all I can suggest, do the best, love your child, because that's the only relationship in my mind that we have to have. You know, you can't abandon your child, or you cannot say, I'm not supporting my child. You have to welcome with open arms and treat them. They're a good human. Believe me, I saw that image that Colin put it on a picture. When we were going through 30 years ago, I looked at that image. I say, in our mythical sense, we have an image. One side is male, one side is female, because our daughter transitioned from male to female. And that's the image that convinces us that we have to accept. It's a human body. How can you reject? If we have even God, who has half male image and half female image, who we are to challenge. So that's what we have learned to accept. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you so much, Madhu Uncle. And Madhu Uncle even offered that he would do classes especially for LGBTQ youth. So that was very heartwarming to hear that you're open to doing a class for people if they're interested. So if you want to reach out to Desi Rainbow parents, they can give you those details. And Madhu Uncle does everything free of cost as a volunteer. So if you're interested, we can put together a group and set up a class. And thank you so much, Madhu Uncle, for teaching us and sharing your story.
Thank you all. Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali. Next up, we have Neha Bhide, who is going to show us how to make, she's from New York City, and she's going to show us how to make DIY craft marigold flowers out of paper and at-home materials. So Neha, do you want to go ahead and take it away? You should be a co-host now. Can you turn on your video?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, I can't see you.
Yeah, my video is on. Let me turn it back on.
There we go.
There it is. And I should be able to share my screen too, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead and take it away.
Thanks, Dilip. Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Neha, and I'm a proud ally of the LGBTQ community, and I'm super happy and honored to be part of the celebration with you all. Growing up, Diwali was all about making DIY decorations for me at home, because my mom is an artist. So be it drawing rangolis or making the lantern or making flower arrangements at home. So after coming to the US, you don't find all of the lovely fresh flowers that are typical to Indian decorations here. So I started making them using paper. So I'm going to share one such flower, which is marigold, which is the most common one for traditional decorations. And I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you get to make it this Diwali. So let me start sharing my video. And I'm here to answer any questions that you have, so feel free to type them in the chat box. Hi everyone, this is Neha, and today I'm going to show you how to make these beautiful paper marigold flowers that are perfect to use in your Diwali decor. To make these, I'm using all of these supplies, so let me quickly walk you through them. I'm using a regular tissue paper, so this is just your gift bag tissue paper. Floral wire, so any thin, bendy, this is a 26 gauge green colored floral wire cutters, pinking shears. So this is these are scissors that cut a triangular edge, a serrated edge, but they're not a must. You can still make these flowers if you don't have one. Regular scissors, a ruler and a pencil, some floral tape or any green colored paper cut into a strip to wrap the bottom of your flower, tacky glue, And last but not the least, a colored thread to match the color of the tissue paper that you're using to make your flowers. So obviously, because I'm making marigold flowers, I have used orange tissue paper, and you can use any shade of mango yellow to like a deep orangish red, because marigolds come in all colors, and actually if you mix them up, so if you're making a bunch and you make them in different colors, it will actually look more natural. So I have gone ahead and cut my tissue paper into strips like this that are 5 inches in width and 10 inches in length, and I have bunched them up into 3 layers each. So each of my bunch of this rectangle has 3 sheets, and this is going to make 1 flower. I've also gone ahead and cut the long edge of this rectangle with my pinking shears, so it has a serrated edge. But if you don't have pinking shears, you can just leave it straight, just a plain edge. So what we're going to do is we are going to start making a fan across the length of this tissue paper. And then when you're making the fan, remember that the size of your fold is what will decide the size of your petal. So try to make a fan that's as thin as possible, because that will give you nice and thin little petals, which will look more natural, like a natural marigold. So you're going to go ahead and make the fan across the length. I had already started making one, so I have this made up. So I made a fan, like folded the entire length to get here. And the only thing I want to make sure is when I first started making the fan, whichever way or whichever direction this edge was folding in, I want to make sure that I end folding in the same direction. So I'm at the end here, and when I fold it like this, it matches the direction of my first fold. And then if I fold beyond this, I don't have enough to fold over again. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this edge. So once you're at this stage, you're going to fold the fan in the center. So adjust a little bit and determine where the center is so that this matches nicely, and fold it and make a mark. Next, take your wire, actually cut a little piece out, and then make a little fold and create a hook, and then slide it over your fan so that it matches the center of the fan that you just marked. So once you have that, just press the wire tightly so that the fan is nice and secure in the wire hook, and then cross over this edge of the wire and bend it around to secure it. You should have something like this at this stage. Now what you're going to do is hold the edge, one side of the fan tightly, and then cut it in a petal shape from both ends. So like that. And what the pinking shears does is it will create a nice serrated, uneven edge, like real flower petals. So I'm going to do that on the other side as well. It's nice. Looks like real flower petals now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start opening up one layer at a time from one of the sides. So remember, we had 3 layers of tissue in the rectangle that we cut out. So I'm going to open up each layer one by one around the around the fan. The first layer is up. I'm going to do the same with the second layer. And then the third one. It's so much fun to peel these layers. It's really fun. And I also find making the fan very therapeutic. So I really enjoy making these flowers, and the end product is so beautiful. It's such a fun activity. Okay, so this already looks like a really beautiful flower, but not like a marigold quite yet. So to transform it into a marigold, we are going to start scrunching up the bottom like that. But you have to make sure that you don't scrunch up the top part accidentally, because that one you still want floofed up. So I'm going to start scrunching the bottom of this flower in the center. So like that, and you see the moment it's scrunched up, you start seeing the marigold get formed. So scrunch it up nice and tight, and I would say up to about half of the length of the petals, so like that. And then once you have that, take your colored thread, cut a little piece, and wrap it around that's nice and tight, and then tie it up. Okay, so once it's tied and nice and tight, I'm going to just readjust and straighten any top part of the petals that I might have accidentally scrunched up, and I'm going to cut the extra pieces of thread, and we should end up with something like this at this point. So it already looks like a marigold. The only thing missing is the green sepal. So for that, I'm going to add some glue at the bottom of the flower where it's scrunched up. Just dot a little tacky glue, and I'm going to take the floral tape and start winding it around. The nice thing about floral tape is it's stretchy, so it kind of hugs the flower and makes a really natural looking sepal. But it should look quite okay with even with a strip of paper, because it has such a blooming top. You wouldn't notice the bottom so much. That's it. I'm going to wrap just a little bit on the bottom, just continue the stem. Marigolds don't typically have very long stems unless you are planning to incorporate these in a bouquet. You might want to leave a longer stem. But I don't, so I've wrapped it until up to here, and then I'm going to just cut off the excess one. And there it is. So this is the beautiful marigold flower. Once you have a bunch of these flowers ready, there's so many ways you can use them in your Diwali decor. As you can see, I have these in a couple of shades here, and it looks so pretty. One of my favorite ways of using these is to bend the little wire and then hook them on a string of lights and make a really pretty garland with it. Or you can also just string a few flowers together and make napkin rings for a table setting, or strew them across your dinner table, with all your Diwali goodies. So I think they look lovely with any Indian style decor, and they're just so joyful to look at. So I hope you like the video, and I hope you get to make these and have fun with it. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, that was it.
So much, Neha. No, that was. I was surprised that you could make that out of paper. Like, I was blown away.
Yeah, that too tissue paper. So they're extremely lightweight, super inexpensive and easy to make, and just fun too. It's very therapeutic.
I don't know that we have any questions in the chat box right now. We'll just give it a minute. We'll see if anyone types anything in. But I'm just curious, how did you learn this, or where did you learn it, or did you develop it yourself, or what's the story behind this?
I actually started learning to make paper flowers from one of my Ajji's friends in Pune. So she was also, and I mean, I just used to call her Ajji because she was my Ajji's friend. So my Ajji is a grandmom. And yeah, she had, I think, spent a few years when she was younger in the US actually, and learned it from some American lady. And she brought the art with her in India, and I actually learned it there.
Nice. Well, I think you were so good with your directions that nobody has any questions. So if you want to make any last statements, we can do that, and then we'll go to our next kind of cake making segment. So
I'm so looking forward to that. And the only last statements I have is thank you so much for making me part of this. And I have found, I think, a friend for life in you. And I look forward to making more friends like this through you and in this community. I had absolutely had fun throughout this process. And today's event has been rocking.
Well, Neha, thanks so much. And yes, I'm so glad you could be a part of it. We are honored. So with that, we'll go to the cake making. And Nick, if you want to, I believe you are a host. Oh, here we go. Okay, so you are now a co-host. I love the backdrop. And Nick, go ahead and take it away. Let's make some cake.
It was either this or just green, so I thought this would be better. Okay, so I'm going to share a video with you about a fusion Indian dessert. Sorry. There we go.
Hello folks, and let me take a moment to wish you a very happy Diwali. And today on this occasion of Diwali, I'm going to show you something really special. It's a fusion dessert, Indian flavors in a cake. So let's get started. First thing I've done is I've taken a big mixing bowl, and in this I'm going to add 2 cups of icing sugar. Make sure you sift your icing sugar well to avoid lumps. Before I forget, you have to preheat an oven to 360 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. Now, to the 2 cups of sifted icing sugar, I'm going to add 1 cup of ghee or melted butter or oil, but make sure that it is melted completely. We get all of this to the icing sugar, and then we whisk it together till it becomes smooth and creamy. So when the mixture is nice and smooth, that is, there are no lumps in it, to it I'm going to add a cup of flour. You can add whole wheat flour or regular flour. And to that I'm going to add 3 cups of semolina. We'll combine all of that together slightly. To that I will add 3/4 of a tablespoon of baking powder and 3/4 of a tablespoon of baking soda. And our Indian spices, tablespoon of nutmeg, half a tablespoon of cinnamon, and a generous tablespoon of cardamom. And of course, half a tablespoon of salt. And give all of that a mix. And then we add in half a cup of whisked yogurt. And combine all of that together. Now, as you can see, our mixture is not as smooth and runny as it should be, and that's normal. So to that we add half a cup of milk to begin with and try and loosen it up. And we only add the rest of the milk if the consistency is not what we require, which should be a smooth, flowy batter and not something too thick. Need to add a quarter cup of milk again, not the entire half. It's much easier to add less than to add more. And we whisk it till we achieve this desired consistency. And then we stop using a whisk. And we mix it together with a spatula. In this we will fold in some chopped pistachios and some mixed glazed peel, or as most Indian people would know it, as tutti frutti. Now I've coated them in flour so that they don't stick together. You don't have to really leave the flour on anything, just coat them in flour right before you put them in. And fold it into your batter. And now we soak this mixture for 30 minutes before we can use it again. After we've waited for about 30 minutes and all the liquids have been soaked in well by the semolina, we line a cake tin with some paper and some oil or butter or ghee on the sides, and we pour our batter into the cake tin. Once you've filled the cake tin up with the batter, we put this in the oven for 40 minutes. So when your cake is done, don't fear, it might take more than 40 minutes sometimes because it all depends on the oven you have. Make sure that when you insert a knife in the center, it comes out clean. That means your cake is cooked all the way through from within. And now we wait for this to completely cool down before we can put any icing on it. So till the cake cools down, I'm going to make some cream cheese icing. To make cream cheese icing, all we do is mix equal parts of cream cheese and sifted icing sugar, and then put a touch of vanilla essence through it. So, I'm just going to whisk the cream cheese, add in the icing sugar, whisk it together till it's all combined and creamy, add some vanilla essence, and then you're done. There you go. Now, we're going to keep this out of the way, get our cake that has cooled down completely, demold it, and then cut off the top layer so that it's very flat. There we go. That was just much faster, wasn't it? Not everyone can do it though. Now, we flip this cake on a plate and take the paper off that we use for lining it. Get a nice flat cake there. And now we can decorate it however we want. There you go. A Diwali special cake ready for you. Happy Diwali. कैसे फक्त 5 सेकंद.
There you go. I hope you enjoyed that little recipe.
Oh man, now I'm like hungry, and I definitely don't have the skills you have at making cakes. So like this is a conundrum. But thank you so much. And I loved your idea because like rava cake is something that many of us are familiar with, and now you've like taken it a step further. Like I've never had Diwali cake before, but now that's a thing because of you, Nick. So
yeah, if anyone needs any questions on the recipe, feel free to contact me on Instagram. I think in one of the earlier posts, my ID was shared.
yes, one of the questions was to post your recipe, and then maybe if you want to follow Nick on Instagram, he can maybe have the recipe there. I think I don't know if you're posting about this cake, but you should.
I'll have to make another video for that, a little longer one.
Okay. Well, yeah. So, but I think you can maybe reach out to Nick on Facebook or Instagram. Is that fair?
Yeah, and I'd help you with any questions you have about the recipe.
Perfect. All right. Well, thanks, Nick. And one thing I want to say is like I've seen your videos, and man, you are like a whole nother level of awesome. So I love everything you make. So thanks for joining us, Nick.
Thank you.
And next we will.
Hi everyone.
Next, we will have a video from Muktak Akluskar, who is going to show us how to do origami decorations for the house for Diwali. After that, we'll have a wrap up where we just kind of chat about the event and how we all enjoyed it. And at the end, in true Diwali party atmosphere, we will have a 2-minute song that Sriram will blast, and we're all gonna dance for you, and you can dance. Though we will not be able to see the attendees, you can get up and dance with us. So first, let's go ahead and let's look at some of these origami designs that Muktak has shared with us. So I'll go ahead and share my screen here.
My name is Muktak Akluskar, and I'm joining the festivities from Vancouver, BC, Canada, to share origami decorations for Deepavali or Diwali. The festive shapes of Diwali include lamps and lanterns, musical instruments, and decorative designs on the floor or courtyard called Rangoli or Rangoli. These shapes can be expressed through origami, the Japanese art of paper folding. Classical origami objects are folded out of one piece of paper. Modular origami structures are assembled from numerous units. Each unit is folded from one piece of paper. I'm going to show you how to fold the unit piece. And when you have folded many pieces of the same size and shape, in different colors, you can assemble them into rainbow-colored structures. The unit piece is simplified from Mitsunobu Sonobe's original design. Start with a perfectly square piece of paper, thin paper. Fold it edge to edge.
Hey, should I just stop it?
To make 2 rectangular halves. Then open it up again. Fold both edges.
I'll just leave it then. Okay, cool.
To the half line.
Okay, perfect.
Make sure that they line up without crossing over and without falling short. This slit will be important for letting units fit together. Now, turn the paper over, long sides facing you, and fold the lower right corner up to the midpoint of the upper edge to edge, no overlap, no falling short, making a sharp corner. Rotate the paper 180 degrees and again fold the lower right corner up to the midpoint of the upper edge. This creates a parallelogram shape. Now fold each acute angle corner up to the opposite obtuse angle corner and then back in half. So folding over and then folding back in half. Folding over, folding back in half. This creates a square shape. The two tabs on this side of the unit can fit into the slits of two other units. The slit is on the other side. So flip the unit over and fold it diagonally in half along the slit. Open up and finally fold it diagonally in half across the slit. Then open it up again. These creases will help you to lock the units into each other. So, example, second unit, fitting its tab into the slit of the first unit. These are locking together to create 2/3 of a pyramid, and each piece has an extra half that can form a different pyramid with a different unit. That way you can have arrays of pyramids. Third piece fitting into second piece, and now first piece fitting into third piece to make the first pyramid. The parallelogram shape of each unit can also be folded from the lower left corner instead of the lower right. If you want to do that, go ahead, but just remember to fold all of the units the same way so that they have the same orientation. Two units of opposite orientation will not be compatible for assembly. So I'm now going to just fit this fourth piece into the pyramid that we already have on the other side of one of the slits. So next to the first pyramid, we're starting to create a second pyramid with the fifth piece fitting into the fourth piece, and then one of the earlier pieces going from the fourth over to the fifth piece. We find a second pyramid forming next to the first one, and in this way you can create arrays of pyramids with shapes like pentagons and hexagons, hexagons, and occasionally squares. You can create lots of different origami shapes as Diwali decorations. Now, as an example of one-piece origami, I'm going to share the swastika box designed by Jun Maekawa. The swastika shape is common in Rangoli, the colorful patterns that decorate the house for Diwali and other special occasions. With arms reaching in 4 different directions, turning either left or right, the swastika is a symbol of inclusion, harmony, and benediction. Start with a large, perfectly square piece of thin paper. The final area of the box will be only 1/16 of the paper's area, so the paper has to start with a large size. Fold it edge to make 2 rectangular halves. Then open up again. Fold both edges to the half line. Make sure that they line up without crossing over and without falling short. Then open them up again. Fold each edge to the 3/4 line and open up again. Fold each edge to the 1/4 line and open up again. You have divided the square paper into rectangular 1/8 without turning the paper over, so that all of the crease lines fold in the same direction. Now, fold across the lines to divide the paper into halves, quarters, and 1/8. So that you have 64 perfect squares of equal size, and all of the crease lines fold in the same direction. All valleys from one side. Now, fold over on the outermost lines. 1/8 folded over. Second side over the first. Third side over the second. And fourth side over the third and under the first. Turn the paper over. And that will be like this one. So already the edge is folded over, turned over. Now, fold diagonally into half, then open it up, fold across on the other diagonal, and then using both diagonal lines, fold into a triangle with tucks on both sides. Make it a trapezoid shape by folding the top triangle over on the existing line, and keep that part folded as you open up the base of the trapezoid to form the center and four arms of the swastika. Choose whether the arms will bend right, clockwise, or left, anti-clockwise. In this example, the arms will bend right. So what I do is, where the arm is going to bend right, on the left side of the outermost part of the arm, I make a diagonal crease to make a corner. So I fold the edge up to the arm spine. Diagonal with a corner that makes a pocket where this corner of the square paper is going to fit in. This corner already has a diagonal that is a valley fold. Next to it, I'm going to make a diagonal crease that is parallel, but it's a mountain fold. It folds in the opposite direction. So here's the valley in the corner of the paper, mountain fold next to it. And by folding that way, I allow the corner tab to fold into the pocket of that arm. So the corner tucks in to the pocket where the arm bends right. I'm going to do this on all four arms of the box and the corners, so to finish the box structure. Left side of the arm, folded diagonal to make a pocket. Arm bent right, new diagonal crease, corner, folded left, and tucked into the pocket. And on the third side, I would fold the diagonal on the left side, making the pocket, create a diagonal crease parallel to the corner crease, and then fold the corner into the pocket. And when I do this on the fourth side, the swastika box is going to take its final shape, which is this one turning right, this one turns left or anti-clockwise. While adults and children can enjoy learning origami together during the Diwali holiday, this is also the time of year for expensive gifts. On Bali Pratipada or Padwa, the day of Diwali when the new moon appears, Bali promised Vishnu 3 paces of land and had to keep his promise by surrendering the 3 worlds of earth, sky, and heaven. It is a tradition for a husband or income-earning partner to save up for Padwa and give his wife or life partner a present of fine clothes or jewelry. This lidded box, designed by David Brill, from a square piece of paper divided into 25 equal squares, shows off a small gift to great effect. Shubha Deepavali. Happy Diwali to everyone.
All right. Well, that is a complex production, but it is amazing how Muktak brings it together. I'm just gonna check real quick and see if there was any questions in the group here, and we could maybe check in with Vidyut, who might be able to answer some of those questions. But it sounds like people are just in awe of how elaborate and amazing his origami is. So from here, I think we can actually have all the participants. We're just gonna chat a little bit about the program and how we all enjoyed it before we close, and then we're gonna all dance because Sriram's gonna DJ for us. So yeah, and everyone go ahead and turn on your cameras and audio, and let's chat. Let's get together. Let's be a Diwali family.
Dilip, did you say dance? So it's time for me to hang up.
You can.
Come on, yeah, you can do it.
Watch you all.
That can be when Neha turns her camera off strategically.
Yeah, I'm gonna have bad connection here in a minute. I think I already have a feeling.
Let's see how it is, Neha. Yeah. And I think Arunati just had a challenge on the video. Arunati on the video now. Bhushan. Oh, yeah. We're getting. Okay, and then, all right, guys, what did you think?
So much fun, man.
Open forum.
I think amazing production. I must congratulate you and the team, all of you, because this is a kind of a virtual production that came together so well. And honestly, I believe that. All of you did a great job.
Madhu Uncle, what I loved about this was we had that multi-generational aspect going. I think for Desis, that is huge. We are very big on multi-generational celebrations, and we had everyone. So I'm glad we could do that, and I had a lot of fun.
And I just learned that how many organizations are coming together. I didn't realize. I thought I'm only associated with Aruna Rao, which is Desi Rainbow Group.
Yeah.
But there are so many groups coming together. Even somebody from India was joining. So that's great.
Yeah.
I think I must admire how we are coming together.
Yeah, and I have to say that with connecting with Kush Austin was such an amazing experience because in Seattle we're kind of the one big city in the Pacific Northwest region. So venturing out and connecting with these groups has been great for this in this project. And we also have a lot of people out from the Michigan and Midwest area, Toronto area, which is amazing. So we're really building a nice queer and ally family. Let's hear from one of our yeah, go ahead.
And other important thing I realized that non-LGBTQ organizations, I believe you said Marathi Vishwa, right?
Yeah, they sponsor.
I'm from New Jersey, and I know one of the organizers there.
Yeah.
So it is interesting to learn that they are coming together too.
I think that to me was one of the most touching things. So when I did a presentation at Bruhan Maharashtra Mandal convention in 2017, trying to get the permissions to do that was a big deal. That was a big cultural step to say, let's talk about LGBTQ in a big Marathi convention. That time I met a lot of the people from New Jersey, and that was kind of the seeds of trying to kind of get these concepts kind of rolling. And I really connected with some of those people out there, and I got in touch with them again when we did this event. And I have to say, I think the key to a lot of this is really just discussion, sharing your story, being present, and just being yourself, and not being too worried or scared. Just share your story, and people who are receptive they're receptive, and you form a friendship, and you kind of go from there.
No, I know Ashok Vidwans and Saila Vidwans from Marathi Vishwa, because Ashok and I went to college in 60s together in India.
Oh, wow. Okay. Ashok Chaudhary.
Ashok Vidwans.
Vidwans. Okay. Yeah.
We are graduate of 65 from Ahmedabad.
That's fantastic. I feel like we're making progress. Go ahead. Bhushan, I think you have like a speaker issue. I think we're getting, but you can type something and I'll read it. Yeah, go ahead and type something in the chat box if you want to say something. I want to hear from some of our Midwest folks. Colin, let's hear from you. What do you think? And then Arunandi, we can't forget you. You're just in the corner. We can't have you in the corner. We got to hear.
I mean, this was fantastic, having all areas covered in North America and having one common group. Honestly, it's very difficult, and you must have experienced the challenge to get everybody together and do this event. So definitely, I'm so happy, and with the response that we have got, the kind of the way people have responded, it's great. It's really great.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the biggest goals, was that we could make it so that people around the country could see each other, bring everyone together. And so, yes, coordination is hard, but the one is in the Zoom age, some of it's also gotten a lot easier, like everyone just jump on Zoom and we can feel like we're in the same place. So, Vidyut Baushi, sorry you were stuck in the attendees group, so I just pulled you in. Vidyut Baushi, go ahead. I want to hear your thoughts. So, Vancouver, British Columbia. So,
okay, from across the border, I'm speaking Vidyut. I loved this presentation. I enjoyed every moment of it. I enjoyed the songs. I enjoyed the fusion dances. And I especially enjoyed Colin's Ardhanari Nateshwara presented in this performance for the queer and LGBT, all of the people around here and their friends and parents like us. I believe that Ardhanari Nateshwara is the exact image of divinity that our Hinduism has given us already, and we all have to remember that always, because the message seems to be that divinity can come in absolutely any form, binary, non-binary, beyond binary, or what have you. One of my colleagues, mine and Ashok teaching Sanskrit at UBC and I teaching I teaching Indian literature, etc. One of our colleagues was a transgender person. He, in front of, outside his office was the Ardhanari Nateshwara image. And when he was just becoming his other identity, and we all did not know that, I just remarked on that image saying, I love this image forever. And he said, I not just love it, I am it. And at that point, I did not understand a single thing, but over the years, as he became different in his identity, we saw that. And being at UBC, being an academic, we didn't bat an eyelid. We simply knew that he was a historian. That was his identity for us to begin with. And then whatever his sexual orientation was, we simply carried on with it. He changed his name. Ashok student he was. We accepted the new name. I asked him about his earlier identity and how his family adjusted to it. And he was so candid. He opened up his mind and told me every little detail that he could share with anybody else. And I wrote an article in Marathi. It was published in Brihan Maharashtra Vritta, the newsletter of BMM. And so I think that I am learning as I've become older and older. And I am amazed at the creative output of all of you. Remember, guys, just because I am an older person, I can tell you that first, believe in yourself, believe in all the support that your families do have, even without their expressing it. They do love you, and you teach them how to express their love and support for yourself. That is the way I can finish my 2 cents worth.
And Vidyut Maushi, I think the amazing thing was when we were coming up with your story, putting together the video, you kept saying, Dilip, let's keep talking about this. I want to learn. And I think that is such an amazing quality in parents when they have that outlook of, I want to learn, I want to know more. And I think that makes the kids and the parents' relationship grow so much more when there's that flexibility on both sides and that interest in knowing more. So I really enjoyed talking to you about this and seeing what you came up with. Like, oh my God, that was an amazing video. I loved it.
Thank you.
Other thoughts? Let's pick on people who are being quiet. Oh, Nick, I feel like there's a little silence in the room in Toronto.
As you can see, there's a lot of crackers and noise behind me. Bustling city, so a lot of noise. But I highly appreciate you asking me to be a part of this festival. I think rather than program, I would say this is more like a festival. It's a celebration. And I enjoyed everyone's performance so much, all the dances and the poem. I loved the poem very much, very touching, and everyone's speeches. Just a thoroughly enjoyable festival. And I think in this time where Corona has brought everyone down and we're all isolated and all locked up in our little jail cells that we call houses, being able to speak to so many people on this platform across the continent. I don't think it would have been possible if it hadn't been for Corona, in fact, because then, I'm in Toronto, how do I get to Seattle? And where do I stay? And how much I'm being paid? And blah, 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 all of that would have happened. But now we can just sit in our living rooms, look at each other, share our experiences, and look at the brighter silver lining that this horrible virus has left us with. So thank you so much for organizing this program, all the organizers, to everyone. Thank you very much. I really, really enjoyed it.
Don't come. देखा से तो पारी जो देखा इसको
Madhu uncle, we can hear you talking to auntie. you can mute it though if you can mute it or it jumps to you. Aruna auntie, do you wanna chime in here?
Sure. I apologize. I managed to catch a lot of it, but not everything. But I just wanted to say kudos to you, Dilip. This is kind of a germ of an idea that you had, and through sheer willpower and grit, you put it together. So I really want to compliment you on making it happen. It takes a lot of effort. And so I compliment you, Hussein, and you, I think really just kind of pulled this event together. I want to say that, so a lot of the artistic expression was really beautiful, and just kind of, I think Vidyut mentioned that it kind of draws upon the fact that our traditions already understand that there is gender diversity, that there's diversity of sexual orientation. So now the problem is we're stuck between a golden age of when that was all possible, and now when we're stuck in this kind of, oh no, that's not done. We don't do this in our community. So I think bridging that gap, and perhaps scholars like her can also help us do that, bridging that gap from that idealized, beautiful, idea of everything is divine to where we are right now. And with that, I mean, Colin, you move me to tears. Just watching you dance just makes me cry. It was so beautiful and so exquisitely imagined. That sense of just the binaries blurring, and then so that idea of everything being both separate and equal at the same time. I was so moved. I was really that just blew me away. I really, really enjoyed that. And I just wanted to say that all of these things are possible in the age of Zoom, and also invite all of you who are interested. Desi Rainbow is working on trying to put on events. I'm sorry, I really was not involved in this one because of all the various things that had to be done. But I wanted to say that our next big event is actually going to be Guru Purab, which Sikhs celebrate in the end of November. Is going to be November 30th, and actually on November 28th, we're working with a group called Queer Sikhs. They put on essentially meetups for queer and transgender Sikh community, and we're going to do an event that is open to allies, and have kirtan, have ardas, have like this ability to bring the Sikh community into our fold. So I invite all of you who want to be part of that to please come. And then of course, I'm sure all of you already know, but we do regular support for parents. That's coming up on Tuesday. We have a parent support group for parents in any stage of their acceptance journey. They don't have to be activists. They don't have to be knowledgeable about LGBTQ issues. Parents, siblings, allies are all welcome to that. So with that, I just want to, just again, big kudos to all of you organizers, to your artists, to your presenters. You were amazing, and you really managed to pull off an unprecedented event. So thank you.
I just want to say one thing. Your sheer presence has made much of this happen as well. When we see generations who want to connect with us and want to have these conversations, that gives us the confidence to try, right? Much of this is also fear. Who can we talk to? Are we going to be ridiculed for trying something like this? I think with me now, my Facebook identity makes me seem like some super duper I think I'm a nerdy person for the nerdy kind of quiet person for the most part. But on Facebook, you would think I'm just always out there, and 90% of my time is all about social work, which I love doing. I wish I could do even more. But I think you make it possible for us to try harder and take another step. And when I was first coming out, I didn't know anyone. I didn't know a single other brown person let alone the whole world. Seattle, right? There's nobody else. I was the only one. And so, today when I can say that there's a group out in New York that has tentacles across the continent, how fabulous is that? So I know you've been really busy, but you are such a integral force in making things like this happen, and we love you very much. So I want you to know. I want to hear from Kush Austin. Colin, go ahead.
Aruna, we love your blue sari.
Yes, me too.
Yes.
Everyone has to go blue. I hope you watched those speeches yesterday. That was just extraordinary for me. And I hope you heard the president-elect say the words gay and transgender in the entire list of Americans that he mentioned. It is the very first time I have heard a president of the United States mention gay and transgender in the sentence where he talks about all Americans. So go blue. I'm so looking forward to this year and the next year, and hopefully big changes for our community and for our children.
All right, so Kush Austin, we got
Hi.
the woodworks there. What's going on?
Well, first, I just want to echo everything about Dilip, because he is the mastermind behind this. You won't believe, he would do a 40-hour day, and then he would be calling me, trying to communicate, doing all 10 different things. I'm just how the heck do you have so much energy to do this? I don't even know. I still to this day I don't know how he does it. So without him, this would not be possible. So I'm gonna actually message him and be what is your secret? Because we need to know. People need to know how you're doing this. So I think we need a class on this.
I will answer that question very quickly for you. And I think not just me, I think Aruna Aunty also embodies this. When you find that thing you care about, when you find those things that, you get that inner voice telling you, this is you, this is what you want to do, right? The hours you spend not sleeping are hours you spend energizing and doing what you're doing. And I happened upon this, just a few years ago, go back 7-8 years, I would have never talked about LGBTs in an open space. But my life changed, things happened, and I started growing and growing and trying different things. And I just felt that drive of like, this makes me feel so much better. And I think when we spread joy, we ourselves become immensely joyful. And that gives you just tons of energy. So I think that is something that I share with everyone. All of us are here to do something special. We have the potential to do something great. And just keep trying to tap it, figure out what that is. And that's part of the journey, I think, for all of us. What is it? What is it? And we're going to keep figuring it out. And it might even change along the way. But that's what gets me, Energizer Bunny. Like, let's go. I mean, I don't know. I'm like, girl. I can't call you girl. You're not my age. Okay, I will complete that statement. Like, girl, it's like 4 a.m. I need to figure out this thing. She's like, Dilip, are you sleeping? And I'm like, sort of. But yeah, we got to get this thing figured out. And so all of you have been amazing, putting up with all of my ridiculous phone calls and messages. But look at what an amazing program, all of you. This is so beautiful. And I'm so happy to see this today. I couldn't have imagined this, as a kid. And I know that our video will be, posted. People will see things like this. And man, I feel so happy for that next generation and us. So yeah, thank you, Hussein. Yeah, but you too. Oh my God, what a beautiful group you have in Austin. So like collegial, so friendly, so fun. So yeah, I can't wait to come visit and party in Austin. Vignesh, you're smiling. Any quick comments? And anyone else, please chime in. I feel like Amit, we're not hearing anything. Neha, we're not hearing anything. But Vignesh.
Yes. So, okay, I'll go. So, I shared this program, information about this amazing program with my neighbors over here, and it's a very diverse neighborhood. It's like a big apartment complex, and there are Gujaratis and people from Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. Such a diverse campus over here. And we just hang out at one friend's place once in a while, and he bought like 70 inches massive screen TV, and they all watched our entire show on their big TV, and all straight allies. And then some of them, they were like, "Oh, what is LGBT?" So I was like, we sat down, and I told them. Then one of them spoke up. They're like, "Yeah, this is big. It's good. And look at this new government. Like, yeah, go blue and everything." So it all came up so well, and they literally like, with popcorn or something, they enjoyed the concert, and they kept on sending me the screenshot. They say like, "Yeah, you guys are looking great, you're looking good." So they kept on sending, like, reassuring me. They're like amazing bunch of people. And also one more thing I need to bring to your attention. A long lost friend from the UK, he texted me today. He said like, "Yeah, it was fantastic." He sends me a screenshot. I was like, wow, this is amazing. So where all you have reached, so all kudos to you and all these organizations. So the way this program has reached, I didn't even know that people from all around there watching, some people from India, some people from the UK, just amazing.
I know for a fact we have London and Bangalore covered. I don't know, where else.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, London. Yes.
Yeah. But any other last thoughts? Anybody? And thank you so much. Yeah. Vignesh, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, all of this is overwhelming because this is my first ever time performing, and
it's so amazing in your first performance. Yeah, go ahead.
And none of this is known to my family because I'm not out to my family yet in India, and none of all this is known to them. So one day when I come out to them and they know this, when this is posted in YouTube, maybe I can show to them that like it's just not me, but there is a world out there, especially where there is like so many generations of people, and it'll be very easy for them to understand and acknowledge this, that this is not like a bad thing or this is not something bad.
Yeah, Vidita, go ahead.
Vignesh, your poetry was extremely touching. I enjoyed every word of it. And one thing I may want to tell you, don't underestimate the love of your family. Do come out to them, do tell them, do be truthful to them, and they will thank you for that.
Sure.
the
Thank you.
sooner the better. Your picture, your childhood, your ode to your mother, all of those things were absolutely fantastic. Those are expressions of your heart. Every poet does just the same. I am a poet myself, so I understand. Please do talk to your family. Do be truthful to them.
I will, I will.
And all of you are lovely people, divine. Divinity is in every one of us, right? So just be yourself.
Sure, thank you, definitely.
I think that's most of us. If there's anyone else who wants to say anything, please do. Would love to hear from you. But I think that's everyone. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, really quickly. Hey, I know you guys are looking at the chat and people are saying how. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go on.
Oh no, you're freezing.
People are saying how amazing everyone is, but you're not seeing the 9. How amazing. Am I still frozen?
You see a little frozen, but go ahead. Or yeah, go ahead. What was that?
I'm just very still.
Go ahead.
I was just saying that I'm getting a lot of texts. I'm getting a lot of texts about how I'm seeing all of them on your end. So just good job, everyone.
Yeah, but you type it in the box because we couldn't hear what you said. But it sounded like you got a lot of texts that were really excited about all the performances. So that's great to hear. And then I think Sriram, you got some music for us. Like we still got 18 attendees watching us.
Yes. So are you ready to party?
One moment. I just want to say we hope to make this an annual event. We hope to see you next year, and we're gonna close out with some dance moves. And in another minute or two here, we'll end the show. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you all had fun. I know we did.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Kudos to you, Dilip. Wonderful performance, wonderful program, great organization.
Happy Diwali, everyone. And this was an amazing program. Let's end it with a beautiful dance. Everyone.
Oh.
Okay, what's happening? Hold on.
He doesn't want us to dance. Vignesh, I don't see you standing up. I need to see people standing up. Go, go, go. Yes. Yes. All in. The dancers.
I'm going to do a special sitting down dance. Which is
sitting down. What? I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
All right.
Oh, here we go.
you, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Namaskar.
Woo!